In the heart of Makani village, life pulsed vibrantly under the blazing sun. The village was a tapestry of colors, with women selling fruits and vegetables in the bustling market and children playing joyfully by the riverbanks. However, amidst this lively atmosphere lived a young woman named Nala. Nala was strikingly beautiful, with deep brown skin that glimmered in the sunlight and large, expressive eyes that held dreams of a better life. Yet her heart was heavy with the weight of her circumstances. Born into poverty, she lived with her mother in a modest home, struggling to make ends meet since her father's untimely death. Their days were filled with labor, and their nights were haunted by worries about the future. Despite her challenges, Nala often found solace in her dreams. She would often fantasize about a life of luxury, filled with fine clothes and a loving husband. The object of her affection was Adisa, the handsome and charismatic chief's son. Adisa was adored by the village for his charm and intelligence. He was the embodiment of the ideal partner, someone Nala believed could change her life forever. But there was one obstacle. Adisa was already engaged to Aisha, a girl from a wealthy family. Aisha was beautiful and poised, everything a future chief's wife should be. The thought of competing against Aisha filled Nala with despair, but her determination grew stronger each day. She knew that if she wanted to win Adisa's heart, she would need to act boldly. Nala began to concoct a daring plan. She overheard conversations among the village women about the power of a woman's allure. Inspired, she decided to fake a pregnancy, believing that this act would force Adisa to take responsibility for her and ultimately choose her over Aisha. Nala's heart raced as she imagined herself in a luxurious home, adorned with beautiful fabrics and a loving husband by her side. The village was alive with anticipation as the annual harvest festival approached. It was a time when young men and women would dance, sing, and socialize, providing the perfect backdrop for Nala's scheme. She planned to reveal her pregnancy during the festivities, knowing that Adisa would be present. On the night of the festival, the air was thick with excitement. Lanterns hung from trees, illuminating the faces of villagers as they gathered to celebrate. Laughter and music filled the air, and the aroma of delicious foods wafted through the crowd. Nala donned her finest dress, a flowing garment that accentuated her figure. She took a deep breath, her heart pounding as she stepped into the lively gathering. As she entered the festival, Nala spotted Adisa laughing and chatting with friends. He was surrounded by admirers, but she felt an unyielding resolve wash over her. Gathering her courage, she approached him with a smile, her heart racing with anticipation. They exchanged pleasantries, and Nala could feel the tension and chemistry building between them. They began to dance, moving gracefully to the rhythm of the drums. Nala felt a rush of confidence as she twirled in Adisa's arms, her heart fluttering with each glance he directed her way. She leaned in closer, her breath mingling with the sweet scent of the night, whispering sweet nothings as they lost themselves in the moment. Just as she was about to reveal her ruse, a drunken villager staggered nearby and shouted, "Adisa, watch out! Nala has a reputation for stealing hearts." The laughter that erupted from the crowd was like a dagger to Nala's confidence. She glanced at Adisa, who suddenly looked serious and contemplative. In that instant, Nala understood that her plan was not as foolproof as she had imagined. The whispers of doubt echoed in her mind. Would Adisa see through her charade? Would the village believe her tale? Despite the uncertainty, she was determined to forge ahead, ready to weave her web of deception. As the music continued, Nala's heart raced not just with excitement, but with the fear of being exposed. She knew she had to act quickly if she wanted to ensure that her plan succeeded. As the night unfolded, she noticed Adisa's gaze drifting towards Aisha, who was laughing and surrounded by her wealthy friends. Nala felt a pang of jealousy mixed with desperation. Would she truly be able to win Adisa's heart, or was she already destined to lose him to the charms of Aisha? The harvest festival continued to swirl around Nala, but her thoughts were consumed by the uncertainty of her plan. As the laughter and music enveloped her, she caught fleeting glimpses of Adisa dancing with Aisha, their chemistry palpable and undeniable. Nala felt a surge of determination. She couldn't allow Aisha to win. It was now or never. In the days that followed the festival, Nala meticulously prepared for her deception. She scoured the village for old clothes and scraps, creating an illusion of pregnancy that would seem believable. The village buzzed with rumors, and Nala knew she had to act fast. The longer she waited, the greater the chance that Adisa's commitment to Aisha would strengthen. One sunny afternoon, Nala found her moment. She invited Adisa to a secluded part of the village under the shade of a giant baobab tree that was rumored to grant wishes. The day was warm, with a gentle breeze rustling the leaves overhead. She knew that in this serene setting, her revelation would carry more weight. As Adisa approached, Nala's heart raced with a mix of excitement and fear. She had rehearsed her lines countless times, but nothing could prepare her for the moment of truth. Adisa arrived, his eyes sparkling with curiosity as he sat beside her on the grass. "Nala, you seem different today," he observed, a hint of concern in his voice. Nala took a deep breath, her heart pounding. "Adisa, I need to tell you something important," she began, her voice trembling slightly. "I'm pregnant, and it's yours." Adisa's expression shifted from curiosity to shock. "What? Nala, are you sure?" Nala nodded earnestly, her eyes wide and innocent. "I didn't know how to tell you. I'm scared, and I need you to be with me." She leaned closer, making sure to accentuate her false belly. For a moment, silence enveloped them. Adisa ran a hand through his hair, clearly wrestling with his thoughts. "But Aisha, what will happen to our engagement?" Nala felt a surge of desperation. "You can't abandon me now. I love you, Adisa. This child, our child, could change everything. If you care about me at all, you'll support me." His gaze softened as he processed her words. The struggle between duty and desire flickered across his face, and for a fleeting moment, Nala saw a glimpse of hope. Just as she thought she was gaining ground, a group of villagers approached, led by Aisha herself. "Adisa, there you are!" Aisha called out, her voice laced with sweetness and authority. "We've been looking for you. The elders want you to join the discussion about the upcoming festival plans." Nala's heart sank as Aisha's eyes fell on her, suspicion igniting within them. "What are you doing here, Nala?" Aisha's tone shifted, and the tension in the air was palpable. "I was just—" Nala stammered, struggling to find words. Aisha interrupted. "I see you've been trying to get Adisa's attention again. You know he's promised to me, right?" The smirk on Aisha's face fueled Nala's frustration. Adisa shifted uncomfortably. "Aisha, please. We were just talking," he said, attempting to defuse the situation. But Aisha wasn't having it. "Nala, if you're trying to manipulate him, you should know it won't work. Adisa has responsibilities, and he will be a great chief someday, with or without you." With that, she linked her arm through Adisa's, leaving Nala feeling isolated and exposed. As the couple walked away, Nala's mind raced. Would her deception hold against Aisha's word? She knew she needed to act fast, or all hope would be lost. Determined to strengthen her facade, she began to devise another plan, a more elaborate scheme that would bind Adisa to her forever. That evening, Nala visited the local healer, Mama Zuri, who was known for her herbal remedies and mystical wisdom. Mama Zuri was a respected figure in the village, and her knowledge could help Nala solidify her deception. "I need something that will convince Adisa I am truly pregnant," Nala confessed, her eyes wide with desperation. Mama Zuri regarded her thoughtfully. "Child, deception is a dangerous game, but if you truly want to play, I can help you. However, you must be careful. Lies can twist and turn, ensnaring you in ways you cannot predict." Nala nodded eagerly, convinced that this was her path to success. Mama Zuri handed her a small vial filled with a mysterious potion, instructing her on how to use it. "Remember, the more real you make it feel, the more he will believe you," Mama Zuri warned. As Nala left the healer's hut, clutching the vial, she overheard a conversation between two villagers. They were discussing a strange illness that had befallen several women in the village, leading to unexpected complications in pregnancies. A chill ran down her spine. What if her deception spiraled out of control, leading to consequences she couldn't foresee? Determined but terrified, Nala returned home, knowing she had to commit fully to her plan. The stakes had never been higher, and the path ahead was fraught with peril. But she was willing to risk it all for a chance at love, even if it meant stepping deeper into the tangled web of lies. The days turned into weeks, and Nala's scheme began to take root. She meticulously followed Mama Zuri's instructions, using the potion to create the illusion of pregnancy. She dressed in flowing garments that concealed her figure, and with each passing day, her confidence swelled. She began to believe in her own deception, convinced that Adisa would soon realize that she was the woman destined to be by his side. As the village buzzed with preparations for the upcoming harvest festival, Nala felt the pressure mount. She knew this event would be the perfect opportunity to reveal her condition in front of the entire community, especially Adisa and Aisha. This time, there would be no turning back. On the day of the festival, the village was transformed into a kaleidoscope of colors. Brightly decorated stalls lined the streets, showcasing the finest crafts and produce. Laughter and music echoed in the air, but Nala's heart raced with anxiety as she prepared for her grand reveal. She had invited Adisa to meet her by the same baobab tree where they had first talked about her pregnancy. As she approached the tree, she spotted Adisa already waiting, looking handsome in his traditional attire. "Nala, you look different," he said, his brows furrowing in concern. "Adisa, there's something I need to share with you. I've been feeling unwell, and I think it's because..." Nala took a deep breath, her heart pounding. "I think I'm really pregnant." Adisa's expression shifted from confusion to disbelief. "Are you sure? This is a lot to take in, especially with everything happening with Aisha and me." "I need you, Adisa. You can't turn your back on me now," Nala pleaded, her voice trembling with a mix of fear and desperation. Just then, the sound of laughter approached, and Aisha appeared with her friends, completely unaware of the tension building under the tree. "Adisa, there you are," she called, her voice bright and cheerful. "We need you to help us with the preparations for the dance tonight." Aisha's laughter cut through Nala like a knife, igniting her jealousy anew. "Nala, what are you doing here?" Aisha asked, her tone dripping with condescension. Nala could feel the weight of the world crashing down on her. I was just talking to Adisa," she stammered, her facade slipping. "Oh, I see," Aisha said, smirking. "Are you still trying to get his attention? I thought we were past this." In that moment, Nala's resolve began to waver. She had woven a dangerous web of lies, but now it threatened to ensnare her. Just as the tension peaked, Adisa took a step forward. "Aisha, I need to talk to Nala alone for a moment." Aisha's expression turned to surprise and irritation, but she complied, stepping back and eyeing them both with suspicion. Nala turned to Adisa, her heart racing. "Adisa, I need you to believe me. I didn't want it to come to this, but I'm scared. I thought we had something special." Adisa looked conflicted, torn between his loyalty to Aisha and the spark he felt with Nala. Just then, a loud commotion erupted from the festival grounds. Villagers rushed toward them, and Nala's heart sank as she overheard the reason for their distress. A woman had collapsed in the middle of the dance floor, clutching her stomach in pain. "She's pregnant!" someone shouted, panic rippling through the crowd. Nala's heart raced. The gossip that had been circulating about pregnant women facing complications suddenly felt too real. Would her deception be exposed? She felt the walls closing in around her, and panic surged within her chest. Adisa's attention shifted to the chaos, and in that moment, Nala knew she had to act fast. "Adisa, I need you to trust me. If this is going to work, I need you to be by my side." But before he could respond, Aisha returned, her face pale as she caught wind of the commotion. "What's happening?" she demanded, her eyes darting between Nala and Adisa. A realization struck Nala. The risk of her deception had become too great, and the reality of the situation weighed heavily on her. She could lose everything: the chance at love, her dignity, and perhaps even her safety if the village learned of her lies. Taking a deep breath, Nala spoke, her voice steady. "Adisa, I can't go through with this anymore. I was wrong to deceive you. I faked my pregnancy to get your attention. I thought it was the only way to prove my worth." Adisa's expression shifted from confusion to shock, and Aisha's eyes narrowed as she processed the revelation. "You what?" Adisa gasped, stepping back as if struck. Nala felt tears welling up as she faced the consequences of her actions. "I was desperate, Adisa. I thought I could win you over. But I see now that I was wrong. I only wanted to feel valued and loved." Aisha's laughter echoed bitterly through the air. "You thought that tricking Adisa would win him? You're pathetic, Nala." Nala felt her heart shatter, the weight of Aisha's words crushing her spirit. Yet in that moment, she also felt a sense of liberation. The truth had finally surfaced, and the burden of her deception was lifted. Adisa looked at her with a mix of disappointment and compassion. "Nala, I don't know what to say. This changes everything." As the crowd continued to gather, whispering and gasping at Nala's confession, she felt the judgment of the village closing in. But she stood her ground, ready to face the consequences of her actions. No longer would she hide behind lies. Just as the tension reached its peak, a familiar face emerged from the crowd, Mama Zuri, the healer. She approached Nala with a knowing expression, her eyes filled with understanding. "Child, every lesson comes at a cost, but the truth is a powerful ally. You are stronger than you think." Nala's heart swelled with gratitude, realizing that perhaps this moment was not the end, but a new beginning. She had lost Adisa's affection, but in revealing her true self, she had gained something far more valuable, the freedom to be herself, unburdened by deceit. As the villagers looked on, Nala took a deep breath and faced them with courage. "I am Nala, and I am not perfect. I made mistakes, but I am here to learn and grow. I won't hide behind lies anymore." With those words, she embraced the weight of her truth, ready to forge her own path in a village that had once felt so confining. Though her heart ached, she understood that honesty was the first step toward healing and rebuilding her life.